Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video. As many of you may know, in my last video at the very end, I did go ahead and kind of speak really quickly on the upcoming boss that is coming out, more than likely at some point during this weekend. In that, I also went ahead and asked you guys if you would like for me to go ahead and make a follow-up video talking a little more in depth about the corrupted boss. So this video is specifically for you guys, but on top of the fact that we are going to be going over those details, I am also going to be showing you guys a second staff skin that was sort of teased. Unfortunately, we only have images of it as well as the name, but we don't really have an exact explanation on how we're going to be able to unlock this. But as you guys know, your boy is the theory man, so I will be giving more or less my own little theory based off of the name of this skin, because let me tell you, it has an extremely interesting name. But anyways, let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get into this boss information, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the staff skin and some other stuff closer to the end of the video. Now, to start things off, as I mentioned in my other video, the upcoming boss's name is going to be the Corrupted, which for the most part we are somewhat familiar with the Corrupted because we did get somewhat of an explanation on where he's coming from inside of the void tracking room located in the bunker at spawn. For those of you that didn't see that video, inside of that room there is a giant monitor that is located on the wall, and on there is a briefing. The very last sentence of this briefing says the corrupted sorcerers are being sent from beyond the wall, originating from the void. This is honestly extremely interesting because it's going to be our very first time at seeing a sorcerer that was corrupted by the negative energy. As of the current update, the only corrupted person that we know is Marm, which we also know that he is the only human to have been able to withstand the corruption and not be affected by it whatsoever, unlike Epidub, which was corrupted and unfortunately he did kind of like turn a little bit bad. But thanks to the fact that Marm is so powerful, he did go ahead and cure Epi. In the background right now, I'm going to go ahead and play the footage that was posted by Marm in the Discord as well as on his Twitter, and I'll kind of go ahead and let this loop for maybe like 2 or 3 times. Now in this, you are going to see a total of 5 different enemies. The first one being a Void Brute, which happens to be the most powerful one. After that, you have the Void Grunt, Void Slasher, and the Void Spider. If you notice, each and every single one of these have gone through, like it was mentioned in the case records, severe body changes. Now, the 5th and final enemy is the Corrupted, which is the sorcerer that will basically be controlling these 4 different types of enemies. Now, at the time that Marm posted this footage, as well as when he live streamed it on Discord, the way that the fight kind of worked was you would take out all of the minions. Once you had successfully done that, the Corrupted would go ahead and move to a different location, which would then put you into stage 2 of the boss fight. Again, like I said in my last video, I did record the footage on Discord. Unfortunately, Marm's stream was kind of lagging, so it's going to look a little bad, the footage, but it will go ahead and kind of give you guys an understanding of what it's going to happen in between each and every boss fight. So once you've taken down all of these side minions, being the Spider, the Slasher, the Grunt, and the Brute, you will need to go ahead and make your way over to the stage 2 location by traveling through a series of basically obstacle courses. A couple of things to note about this boss: I did ask Marm personally if this was going to be handled the same way as Dimension Reaper, where he would basically spawn it himself, or Epidub, and according to him, this will not be handled that way. It will be on a timer, so do not worry about that. But anyways, going back now into the fight, there will be a total of 4 stages. Obviously, once you make it to the very end, you will need to take out all of the minions. Once you have successfully done that, then you will go up against the Corrupted. Keep in mind that when this update does drop, the fight could become a little more complex, and Marm did make it very clear that the rewards as well as the boss's health are just placeholders. It won't be like that on release. And to my understanding, once you do completely destroy this boss, you will be rewarded with the Corrupted skin, which I did go ahead and show you guys this in my previous video, but I'll put it up on the screen right now again if you did miss that one. This has to be hands down one of the greatest skins in the game. Obviously, that is just my opinion. It's red, it's double scythed. I think it's really sick. But let's go ahead and move into some of the stuff that I found extremely interesting, and honestly what's leading me to believe that this isn't going to be the only boss that's introduced for this update. Now obviously I could be completely wrong here, and the Corrupted could be the only boss that's added for this update, but during this same exact live stream where he was showing us the fight, he did open up his skin list where we got a brief look at another skin that currently isn't in the game, and I have no idea how you get this. The name of this staff is the Contractor. It's a purple staff. This is the only image that I have. I'm going to show it to you in the background right now, and we have 0 information on this staff, but what I think is extremely interesting is the name. If you guys remember in my previous video, I told you that potentially we could have a sorcerer among us that could potentially be a traitor handing information over to whoever classified is in the void. Could it be possible that the Contractor is that individual that we're looking for, and we're going to potentially have to fight him in order to be able to get this staff? That's honestly the $1 million question right now, and it's been eating me alive for the last couple of days. Now, the reason that I mentioned that we could potentially be seeing more bosses introduced with this update, it's because of 2 things that Marm has recently said publicly that has honestly been replaying in my mind over and over again. But if you take a look on the screen right now, this is the tweet that Marm went ahead and sent out, and it says, hopefully the world will feel more alive next update with rare server boosters, including 2-time staff swings and push-ups. So get grinding on those world events when they come out. Currently, there is only 3 world events that happen, 2 of which are on a timer, and the third one being the Dimension Reaper that is spawned in by Marm and Epidub. The 2 that are on a timer are the Void Orbs as well as the Void Demon. And to my knowledge, Marm has already said in the voice chat that both the Void Orbs and the Void Demons will be removed with the next update, so those will no longer be world events. Unfortunately, I didn't record when Marm said this, but I do have a screenshot that I'm going to show you on the background right now where Epidub kind of replied to somebody letting them know that they are going to be removing the Void Orbs. I do also want to go ahead and say, like he mentioned in that image, if you haven't gotten the staff skins from the Void Orbs or the Void Demons, I suggest that you go ahead and do it because they will be gone after that. So I was just in the process of editing this video when a brand new teaser image was dropped in the Discord, so I figured I would go ahead and kind of squeeze this in here. But as you can see in the background right now, it sure enough looks like there's going to be more than just the corrupted boss. Interesting enough, we have a new enemy to add onto the list, that being the Void Cyber, which just from looking at this image, I can more or less tell how this is going to work out. Obviously, we're going to have to kill the Void Cybers so that way they don't take out our Void Disruptor. Again, we didn't really get too much information on this aside from just the image. And like I said before, the original Corruptor fight could potentially become more complex, so maybe this could be another portion to that or just one of the new world events. But if we get more information on this or even some gameplay, I will make a follow-up video. Just kind of wanted to squeeze this in before I end the video. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all the information that we've gotten so far, and I'm really curious to hear some of your opinions on this. Do you guys agree with my theory on the contractor, or could you guys be potentially thinking of something else? Thank you so much to those of you that have been sharing theories with me, both in the comments as well as over on my Discord. I don't know why, man, but I'm seriously having so much fun just looking into every single little detail about this lore, and I am extremely grateful that you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am. But anyways, that's pretty much going to go ahead and do it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like on it. It does help my content get out there, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of my videos. If you haven't already, make sure to go into my description. I have a link to my Discord. I also posted at the very top of the comments. For New Year's, we will be hosting a couple of Robux giveaways over there, so if you're interested in that, make sure that you join in. But that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.